In this video, how to make Italian sausage that you can use for pizza, patties, or your meaty spaghetti sauce. It's really anything that you want a loose packed sausage for. And this is the same sausage that we use in our Chicago style deep dish pizza video, which you'll find a link to in the show notes. So here we are starting with some pork shoulder that we have cubed up. And it's always nice to put the pork shoulder in the freezer for 30 minutes, or at least make sure it comes straight from the refrigerator so it's chilled down, because you don't want the fat to separate when you're grinding it. And to this pork shoulder, we're also going to add just a little bit of pork fat. And this is going to make our sausage a little bit more moist and tender. If your grind is too lean, then your sausage is going to be kind of dry and mealy. Now to mix this, we're going to place it in a Hobart mixing bowl, which is a big like KitchenAid, and add in our dried herbs and spices, which mainly consist of paprika, basil, oregano, salt, pepper, sugar. And what's important here is the ice cold water and red wine vinegar. And the ice water is nice because that's going to help to keep the sausage emulsified during the mixing process. And this mixing with the salt, where we're beating it with the paddle attachment, is bringing myosin proteins to the surface, which allows this sausage to cling together. So the beating of it in the mixer with the salt and the spice is actually what holds our sausage together. So here we're just frying up a little patty to make sure it tastes okay. You can adjust seasoning if you want more salt or you want more sugar or spice, whatever you want. That's why we fry it up. And that's also great for just a breakfast patty. Now, another option for the sausage is to lay down a couple sheets of plastic wrap and then roll it up into a roulade and cook it, and we'll poach it in a water bath. And you can also do it on a steam table. And this way, later after it's cooked, we can slice some patties from it and fry them up pretty easily. So notice I'm using my hands to roll it up and pressing all the air out of the plastic wrap. This is going to make it a lot easier for us to poach it later on, keep it kind of from floating. And I'm doing a little counter twisting motion, and I'm going to poke some holes in it with a cake tester. And then as I counter twist, I'm going to just roll it forward on my table. And what that's going to do is cinch down the sides. And you can see how it's just pulled into a really tight cylinder. I'm just going to fold in those tail ends of the plastic wrap and then wrap it in just another layer of plastic wrap. And this will keep those tail ends from coming apart. You can also tie them as well, but this is going to work just as easy. And then I'm going to give it a few more pokes with my cake tester, again, just to give the air somewhere to go during the cooking process, and drop it into a 60 degrees Celsius, 140 degree Fahrenheit water bath for an hour. And this is the temperature at which I like to cook my sausage. I'm going to set the sausage just perfectly, and later on, I'll just after the hour, I'll just drop it into an ice bath. Place the sausage after the ice bath into a fridge overnight, and then you can slice round patties from it, which are already cooked. You just have to fry them up, and they are great little breakfast sandwiches or whatever you really want. Now, we also use this exact same sausage mix for our Chicago-style deep dish pizza, which you can find a link to in this video's show notes at stellaculinary.com/HCC9.